As they say, anything can happen on Wrestle Lost.
Welcome to Wrestle Lost, folks.
Ah, yes, it's the Dan here. It's the Wrestle Lost Derby cast.
That's not.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wrestle Lost. Johnny, before we get going, one thing, that improvised intro, it picked up after a little bit. I was kind of jamming, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
There's never an easy way to get into this. So, Johnny, take it away.
Okay. So this started on Thursday when WWE released some between 10 to 12 backstage people. One notably was I believe her name was Christine LeBray. She was the main person over creative, she answered to Triple H. She would give him the creative from the writing team. Her and Bruce Pritchard were over that, and I believe they also got they released one of the announcements for Evolve, which is the show they just started. And some other people from different departments. So people were speculating, hey, are there talent releases coming? And on Friday, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select said he hadn't heard of any. But usually when backstage talent is let go, that means that the actual wrestling talent is let go. And unfortunately, last night, that's what happened. And this always happens on a Friday, right around SmackDown time. And I guess it's true. If you've ever seen the movie Office Space, they explain that it's better psychologically to let someone go on a Friday. Because in the movie it was to not have any workplace incidents, but really it's a move because you're about to leave for the weekend, and you're going to be out with family, with people that you love, and you're going to forget about being fired. So that's why they do it on a Friday. So with that said, here's the list of talent that was let go. First, we'll start with the main roster. Braun Strowman, which is probably the biggest main roster name on the list. After that, we have the tag team of Caden Carter and Katana Chance, also known as Casey Catanzaro. Well, some people called them the Party Girls. Shayna Baszler, which was another surprise.
I'm very surprised by that one.
Yes. Also surprised, released for the second time, Dakota Kai. All right. Let's go to NXT because we had a lot more names there. We had Eddie Thorpe. You had the team, all three members of Gallus, the Coffee brothers, Joe and Mark Coffey, along with Wolfgang. You had Riley Osborne, Jakara Jackson, Cora Jade, Ora Mensa, and Javier Bernal. I think that's all of them.
Yeah, I believe you got them all.
Yeah. So the NXT wrestlers, they have a 30-day non-compete, and the main rosters have a 90-day non-compete.
So here's my thing. I start thinking a lot of different things whenever releases happen. The main thing that I eventually get to in my mind is what's the timeline like, right?
Yeah.
That is where my mind goes, because I think, and people hate this shit, and I'm just gonna talk about that first. Whenever releases happen, and some of this talent start getting signed on to different companies, their fans seem to think they should stay loyal to WWE and not go sign somewhere else. But you're saying for them to stay loyal to a company that let them go. No. They want to work. They want to wrestle. They want to be on TV. They want to be in front of live crowds. And that can't be with WWE anymore, because WWE is the one that let them go. So those type of people kind of just get on my nerves. But that's why I mentioned it at first, just so I can get it out of the way, get a life. They're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Deal with it. I'm going to put it the way with one of the phrases I love a lot. Shit or get off the pot. Either you're going to back them and like it, or just don't deal with it and don't watch.
It's that same the tribalism, you know.
Yeah.
You got fans that only care about WWE over here, and fans that only care about AEW over here. So
Yeah.
it's so these fans, you know, in 3 months, if Adam Shearer shows up in AEW, they're probably not going to care.
Yeah, they're going to be outraged that one of their guys or one of their girls is with the rival company. So I just wanted to point that out at first. That way I can quickly address those assholes, and y'all are out of the way now. I don't need to talk about y'all anymore, because that's all y'all are assholes. So here's what I'm gonna go to. My surprises on this list. Obviously, Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler was a surprise. Dakota Kai is a surprise. Gigi Dolan.
Oh, yeah. Forgot to mention her name, Gigi Dolan.
I thought you mentioned her.
No, I didn't.
But Gigi Dolan, a surprise.
Yes.
Cora Jade, a definite surprise. And Jakara Jackson, in a way, was a surprise. Because, like the conversation that Johnny and I had last night, you want to focus on the future. Because let's be real, let's be honest. I'm gonna name out some names here. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, your top guys. They're up there in age. They're not going to be able to go much longer with the way that they wrestle. Again, I could be wrong. Look at Jericho. Look at Dustin Rhodes. There's people that look at Sting. He just retired.
Yeah, at 65.
Not too long ago. Some of these, Ric Flair. Fuck it. Just throwing out names out there now.
Jeff Jarrett, Billy Gunn.
Yeah. They can wrestle into their later years, but most of them don't. If you want a certain quality of life, and all these guys, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, they got young kids that they have to think about as well. What kind of a life do you want to give them with their parents, as their parents? So
this is why, this is, Cena's last year wrestling. I know Randy's career is coming to an end. AJ Styles' career is coming to an end.
Yeah. They're still going to find ways to work elsewhere in another field and make money. That's going to happen. If they need it, it can happen. But yeah, a lot of the wrestlers that we have right now have to think about that because of the kids they have and stuff like that. But also because of that, you need to focus on the future. And a lot of the ones they released have very bright futures ahead of them.
Yeah.
And to stay focused on that, on the future, your women's division right now can easily be lacking a lot of people because you don't have Liv Morgan, you don't have Raquel Rodriguez because Liv is out filming a movie. She's going to be out for about a month. And
they're the women's tag team champions.
Exactly. So you could have used this time to build up some women's tag teams to face them when they get back.
So they just pretty much butchered the entire women's tag team division. So let me go over this. You got rid of both the we just call them the party girls, Kaden and Katana. You got rid of Shayna Baszler, she was still part of that Pure Fusion collective with Zoe Stark. You got rid of Sonya Deville earlier in the year. Yeah. So now that group is gone because all you got left is Zoe Stark. What else? Dakota Kai was in Damage Control.
Yeah.
Damage Control is not a thing right now because Io Sky is the women's champion. She's doing her own thing. Yeah. And Asuka and Kairi Sane are injured right now. So
and also they haven't been an on-screen thing in a little bit, but you let go of Jakara Jackson and she was running around with Lash Legend for a bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's another tag team.
The metaphor.
Yeah.
And so Toxic Attraction. It was Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane.
Yeah.
JC Jane's the only one left.
So yeah, your women's tag division is sort of fucked right now. It was a little bit on the sketchy side to begin with, because of some of the stuff going on. But now with these releases, you really, really have nobody. You're going to have to make up some teams real quick if you want that division.
And you know what? I saw a video from Sean earlier. I'm going to throw out another name. Shotzi. Yeah. Shotzi was let go, but hers was, they're just not renewing her contract.
Okay.
Yeah. Another woman.
Yeah. So that is mainly the thing that's concerning about the women's side of the releases is most of them were tied into tag teams that could have elevated the tag team division.
Yeah.
While Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were gone. And that way when they came back, there was something for them to work with. And now nobody knows what that's going to look like whenever they come back in a month's time. So that's very concerning.
Because I can't even think about women who would, be able to team up to face them because all the women that are left on the main roster, they're already in storylines.
Yeah.
You got Jade and Naomi and Tiffany and Nia Jax, Bianca and Rhea, they're all busy with other stories.
Yeah. Zelina just won the title, so she's not going to be in any tag team for a little bit.
Right.
At least I hope not. That's another story for another day because I have my thoughts on that.
So the only women I can think of on the SmackDown side, BFAB and Candice. They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
But I think that's it.
Yeah, I really can't think of anybody else.
And on Raw, I think they're all tied up.
Yeah. So with pretty much all the other women in storylines, it would make it's a disaster situation. Like I said,
Yeah.
You can't start crossing storylines just to build a tag division again. And that's what they're not thinking of. It's not going to work. It's going to get very confusing really quick because I have a feeling they're just going to start dropping storylines.
And they did just call up 2 women, and Julia and Roxanne Perez. But I think they're also going to be tied into singles women's storylines too.
Now that right there with calling them up, they could. I mean, they haven't technically gone deep into a storyline.
No, not yet.
So they can just alter that plan a little bit,
right? Yeah,
and make it work. But I mean, that's just one team, though. You're going to need more than that,
right? Yes.
So yeah, the women's side of it is very concerning. It's all concerning, but these are a lot of people you could have utilized for that tag division.
So let me tell you what I think is about to happen, because I just mentioned, that they do the releases on Fridays. Mm-hmm. On Monday, you're gonna hear them make an announcement, because this has been in the works for the last few months, but they haven't announced anything. On June 28th, they're gonna have Evolution 2, that all women's pay-per-view that they had in October of 2018. They're finally gonna have the second one, and they're gonna come out Monday and announce it just to get people's minds off of these releases. But the question is, now you're going to need women to fill the pay-per-view.
Exactly. I don't want to say this is what should happen, but I'm pretty sure you can pull out some sort of a card for Evolution 2 with the women that you have. But if that's what they're going to want to do, they're going to have to do something that they hate. And I know they're going to hate this. And if anybody were to listen to me say it, they're going to be like, why are you saying that? Why do you think they're going to have to do it that way? Because I don't think they have enough time to build what they need to build for Evolution 2. So they're going to have to go the AEW route and just book matches for the sake of matches. Because you don't have the time to sort everything out when everybody's tied up in everything else, like we said. So
right, and they're going to have to present women from NXT. They're going to have to call over women from TNA.
Yeah,
maybe a couple from AAA.
Yeah, and since we're just focusing pretty much on the women's side of it right now, that's the other thing that I heard Sean say that also concerns me a little bit. So, with these women being released, some of them can just go back to like TNA because that's where they thrived before WWE.
Yeah,
but
that's
what I heard,
Gigi Dolan was before.
Yeah, but what I heard, again, not reporting, just as a company, as WWE, as big as WWE is, What's up, Kev? How you doing, bro? I see you there, man. Yeah, an influx of new people for Evolution 2 is what they're going to have to do, like he said as well. But I heard that since WWE and TNA are working together, WWE would tell TNA, hey, these women that we just let go, yeah, if you're going to want to continue this partnership, you can't sign them. And that's a bit fucked.
Well, one of the women that just let go in January just signed with TNA, Indy Hartwell.
Yeah. But that was before all of this started.
Yeah.
Like this latest batch. If that's what WWE does, if they tell TNA, hey, you can't sign these women that we just let go. Yeah, y'all are working together, but as a company, who are you to tell another company who to sign?
Or how about this? Instead of doing that, since you have a working relationship, just tell them, hey, just go over there until your 90-day compete clause is up. Then maybe after that, then if they want to sign you, they can.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just going by what I'm hearing, by what people are saying. Could be a possibility of it happening, but hasn't quite happened because, again, the release has just happened. But I'm gonna point out a couple of women here that I want to focus on for a little bit. So, all right, I'm gonna group them here. Shayna Baszler, Dakota Kai, maybe Gigi Dolan if they wanted to. I think she's got a big enough name to be able to be on AEW's radar. Those are the three that I would love for them to go to AEW.
Yes.
And like I said at the start, I'm trying to work out the timeline in my head. Yeah, the 90 days definitely isn't up before All In Texas.
No, it'll be August. It'll be early August.
Yeah, just about a month off.
Yeah,
unfortunately. But man, would I have loved to see some of these women show up in All In Texas.
Yeah, especially Shayna Baszler because
Yeah,
you have Marina Shafir's already there. That's one half of the UFC for horsewomen.
yeah. That team in AEW could be a force to be reckoned with. And you know what? And if they wanted to go a different route, Shayna Baszler would be a perfect fit with Mox.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just something I would love to see, but we can't jump the gun and have them come out in Texas as badass as that would be. But yeah, Dakota Kai, someone I would definitely love to see in AEW, and Sean seems to think that they would throw a legitimate offer for her. They wouldn't just like offer chump change.
Yeah.
Give her a nice contract. So, hell yeah, I think Dakota Kai is going to be pretty good coming out of this. Gigi Dolan could go back to TNA if that manages to work itself out. If not, I think AEW would give her a look as well.
Also, a lot of people don't know, so Gigi Dolan, or I forget what her real name is, but she was actually on All In, the original All In. She was a part of that Battle Royal.
Yeah.
And she did have a match on there in the early days of Dynamite.
Yeah. So somewhere deep down, someone in AEW remembers her.
Yeah.
And they have to, I think they would try and make a case for her. But I think the most concerning ones here are Kaden Carter and Katana Chance.
Yeah.
They could go work the indies. it's done wonders for some people's career. So maybe that is the route for them. Go run the indies, make names for yourselves, and who knows? Because WWE is going to give them some second looks here down the line. And some of these people might come back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at, we just had Rusev come back. Aleister Black just came back.
Yeah.
After had been released a few years ago.
Yeah, so they're definitely going to take a second look at some of the people here and get them back. But it's for the time being, it still kind of sucks. But there's opportunities there, like always. So now I'm gonna focus on the men's side of it a little bit. For Gallus, I'm trying to think of the name of that group in AEW / ROH.
Wait, yeah.
Oh, goddamn, I can't remember their name. But I think they would be a pretty good signing for AEW. Keep them together.
Yeah.
Keep them together.
Yeah, they can be in the trios division.
Yeah. Because you even for like the tag titles, the Coffee Brothers would be nice. Obviously under a different name because the Coffee Brothers just sounds... It's not a good name.
I think that's their legitimate real name.
Yeah, I know that's their legitimate name, but for entertainment purpose,
right? Yes,
like
they may end up trademarking other names.
Yeah, so they could easily go to AEW. They have really fucked Braun Strowman over so many times.
So I'm going to throw an unfortunate stat. Braun Strowman was the last member of the Wyatt family to be released. Mm-hmm. Every member of the Wyatt family, other than Bray, we know what happened there, but
yeah,
they were all at one point released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What have they done to my boys?
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, I know some things are out of the control of WWE, like with, unfortunately, Bray Wyatt's passing, but what have y'all done to my voice? Come on, man.
Well, also Brody passed.
Yeah, Brody Lee as well.
But they did bring back Eric.
Yeah, they did.
But they're not doing shit with them right now, but they brought him back.
Just miss my boys. What have y'all done? But yeah, I don't know. Braun Strowman, he could have some one-offs elsewhere, but
I said last night, give me Adam Shearer versus Brody King.
Hell yeah. I mean, there's some matches he could have that would be very interesting. But long term, I just don't see a long term. I don't know how much longer he wants to wrestle.
Yeah.
But as a long term, I don't see anything happening for him. It'll just be some random matches here and there, which I'm fine with. At least he'll get some sort of a payday. But yeah, we already spoke about Gallus. Oro Mensah was pretty... He was starting to build up a little bit.
Yeah, he was getting some notoriety.
Yeah.
I honestly I don't watch much NXT, so I didn't really see him, but I know he was gaining popularity.
Yeah, but when you start to gain that popularity, we're gonna hear about you, and I started hearing his name being thrown out quite a bit by a lot of people. So he was obviously impressing some people enough to start making a name for himself. So that one is a bit shocking as well. to go back to Cora Jade for a little bit, that is CM Punk's girl. Like, she met him at a meet and greet.
Yeah,
And he remembered her from that.
When she was a literal girl.
Yeah. Pretty much took her under his wing, helped her out as much as he could, would travel to shows just to see her. This is CM Punk we're talking about. It's he's not just a nobody. He's a fucking major part of pro wrestling.
Yes.
And if he's running around going to shows just to be backstage for you and to mentor you, and they cut you, how do you think CM Punk feels about that? Maybe that's something they should take into consideration. Because now I want to believe that CM Punk at his age has learned, especially these last couple of years, and can stay ultimately professional about things. But when he invests time and training and mentoring into someone, and he respects her a lot, I don't know how he would react to this.
I don't know. We have yet to hear from him. So
yeah, exactly. So that worries me a little bit, because you pretty much burned the bridge in AEW. You came back to WWE in high hopes of going out respectfully and giving them a lot of good years. Your last good years. And then they pull this shit with Cora Jade. So I'm not saying it should be a big concern, but it's something they should have talked.
So here's something I can see happening, because they've talked about CM Punk taking over for Shawn Michaels in NXT.
Yeah.
I could see CM Punk bringing her back once he takes over NXT.
The only way. Now, okay, so I'm gonna focus on something that's fairly new in WWE right now, and you did bring him up earlier, so it falls in line that we've brought it up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Aleister Black returning.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a coincidence that the day he returns to the company, Zelina Vega wins her first singles championship. I'm pretty sure, and I told this to you, hey, not a report, not nothing, just something that popped in my mind. He might have worked that into his contract.
Yeah.
Saying he would return if Zelina would win her singles title. But at least fucking spread it out a little bit. Don't do it on the same night, because that just seems like it was part of the deal to me. So with what you said of CM Punk and him wanting to take over NXT after Shawn, and that has ran its course with him, that could be one way of bringing her back, saying the only way I'll take over NXT is if I get my girl Cora Jade back. But I don't know, man. It just creates a lot of unnecessary problems. I think it's creating unnecessary problems, and that's what I hate the most. Unnecessary problems with talent that you still have. Unnecessary problems for some of the people you released who are going to have more trouble than others trying to find somewhere to go. That's my ultimate concern. Is you could have used them, mainly the women here. You could have used them and then now you're just going to find yourself in a hell of a situation, like we said, with the tag division and with the pay-per-view coming back up again, Evolution 2, whatever you're going to call it. It's just problems you didn't need right now. And again, going to stay professional, so I'm pretty sure nothing's going to come from it. But Caden Carter and Damian Priest are dating. So, yeah, you don't want to piss off Damian Priest and you just let go of his girl.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to take it personal, but they fired your girl. So, I don't know. He'll stay professional. He won't show any sort of disgust or anything on screen, but he can't be feeling too good about that either.
No.
I just hate releases, bro. And then everybody hates releases. Going into SmackDown, it's always going into SmackDown, man.
Yeah, I think that's also something that they do on purpose because they're thinking, oh well, the show's about to start. They're gonna forget about that and just watch the show. No, I couldn't really focus on SmackDown last night.
I was trying my best, but between having my monitor in front of me split in half, I had X on the left, SmackDown on the right, Discord going on here where people were talking about it as well. I had direct messages coming through my phone, people talking about it. Yeah, no, we're not going to forget about it. These are people that we are told we should care about. So we do. And you just expect us to forget about it and watch SmackDown when this is happening right before and you're messing with people's lives. Nah, that's not how it works. So yeah, we just wanted to come on here and voice ourselves a little bit and give these people some recognition that they deserve. But I'm just going to throw out another two things real quick, just so we don't end on a sour note. This is short. This was going to be a short live. It wasn't going to be a normal thing. We just wanted to come on here to give them the respect they deserve. On a more positive note, to end it like this, props to Selena Vega, aka Thea Trinidad, taking the title down to New York and going to the 9/11 memorial and just visiting where her dad's name is on the memorial and just having the title with her. I think that was a cool moment for her, and I just hope they do right by her title reign.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who said it because it's not important right now, but I heard someone say they could see her just being the in-between between bringing in Jordynne Grace and giving her the title. So I hope that's not it. I hope she gets a decent time with the title.
Yeah, no offense to Jordynne Grace.
Yeah, no offense to Jordynne Grace, but people have been wanting this for a long time for her.
Because at one time she was a released wrestler as well.
Yeah. So just notice her hustle. Notice that she's with everything. She has stayed with the company and continue to bust her ass and just give her the respect she deserves. And yeah, I just hope she has a good run with it. If it ends up being a bullshit run, trust me, I will voice that on here. And so, yeah, that's a little bit of a positive news. Her going down to the 9/11 memorial and showing it off to her dad in a way. So I love that. I love watching that video from her. And the second part of good news, in a way, good news, personally. I see you, Corey Graves. I see what you're doing. Carmella is pregnant again. So
This will be the third.
I think so. I think this is the third. Just like popping them out back to back
No.
to back.
No,
No,
wait.
it might just be the second.
It's the second. It's the second.
Yeah.
I'm jumping the gun.
Yeah,
It's the second.
hey, get the third one in there.
Yeah.
But
Oh, he will.
hey, awesome news. Awesome news. In it because it just came out yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Yesterday, earlier today, however you want to see it.
Yeah.
But whenever bad stuff like this is going on, you got to try and look at the positives and know that there's a different side to things as well. It can't all be bad. So,
Right.
hey, awesome news for Carmella. Awesome news for Corey. Get that family, bro. Get that family. That's definitely some happy news.
So I know we haven't been on since WrestleMania, but go out on YouTube and look for the video from GCW, the Clusterfuck. Brody Lee Jr. made his professional debut at 13. And spoilers, he won the Clusterfuck.
I mean, technically, this is something we spoke about on WrestleMania nights anyway. So, if y'all saw that, y'all already knew the spoiler.
Yeah. Well, speaking of young kids wrestling, now that Braun's no longer with WWE for now, and now he's getting older, maybe on the Indies we see the tag team of Adam and Nicholas.
Oh yeah. Hey, you can't forget about Nicholas, bro. Hey, if they can work it out and they can get something going and make it fun, that's ultimately what we want. And we've said it many times. We just want to have fun watching. And I know real life shit happens and not everything is perfect, but yeah, this is just creating some problems, like I said, that shouldn't be happening. So we just wanted to come on here, speak on it a little bit, and give them the respect they deserve. So that's exactly what we did.
Let us know in the comments what you think.
Yeah, definitely comment. We'll keep on looking at the comments and we'll respond when we can.
We'll be back next Saturday with a watch along for Backlash.
Damn right. Backlash watch along should be fun as hell.
Yes.
So like always, if you have any questions or comments, wrestlelost@gmail.com, WrestleLost on Facebook, and don't forget give us a like and subscribe here on Twitch, on YouTube, and on our TikTok at WrestleLostPod. So until next weekend, hope you all have a good time.